Have you ever wondered about the term dream feeding for your newborn or your baby and what it is? Well, you're in the right spot. Today we're going to talk about the purpose of a dream feed in the infant or newborn stage and for older babies. And we're going to talk about why it might not give you the results that you were hoping for. Hey there, I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell. I'm a chiropractor by training, but really found my passion empowering parents to teach their little ones to sleep and parent confidently day and night as a sleep consultant. I'm the creator of the Helping Babies Sleep Method. And dream feeds are a helpful tool, but they have a different purpose depending on your child's age. So in the newborn stage, the purpose of a dream feed is to help sync up your child's longest stretch of sleep with yours. So what a dream feed looks like is you pick up your child who is sleeping. They are not fussing and asking to be fed. That is feeding them on demand. You pick them up when they're completely asleep. You get them either to latch to your breast or tickle their lip and get them to take the bottle. If you're breastfeeding, you might have to compress a little bit to get that milk flowing, and then you should see them drinking with those wide open jaw movements. If they're nibbling, they're really just kind of soothing. You want them to be drinking, so you might tickle their cheek or compress to get them to take that bottle. If they don't take, doesn't latch, which happens very minimally, believe it or not, you might put them down and try again in another 10 minutes or so. The purpose of this in that newborn stage is that, let's say you get your baby down by 9 o'clock. Okay. And they wake up like every 3 to 4 hours in those first couple of months, which is not abnormal, right? If you're going to go to bed at 10, you might go and pick them up while asleep and feed them. And now you're trying to sync up that first stretch of sleep to be 4 hours with yours. So this avoids maybe them feeding at 9 and going down, you going down at 10, and then they wake up at 12 and you only got a 2-hour stretch of your own sleep. That's really the purpose of the dream feed in the newborn stage. Now, after 4 months of age, it has a different purpose. We use it when we're teaching our kiddos to be independent sleepers. So for example, in the Helping Babies Sleep Method, we use it to eliminate the I fuss and I get fed concept that's present with so many of the families that we work with. So for a lot of families, and this is what happened to me, is my son got used to feeding to sleep. He used that as something external to help him relax into sleep. So then when he surfaced in the night, which all humans do, he had an association. He felt like he needed that, or he preferred it, to help him go back to sleep. So when we are doing the sleep teaching, to have an independent sleeper, a kiddo that can be put down completely awake, not at all drowsy, and do something repetitive to help him self-soothe, such as sucking a thumb or a finger, or maybe rubbing the mattress, his cheek against the mattress, something repetitive. So then when he wakes up in the night, you can imagine if you respond one time by feeding him and another time by not, you're giving two different messages about sleep. And that makes it hard for your child to learn. And sleep is a learned habit. So when you give mixed messages like that, it makes it harder for them to learn, which can make the sleep teaching last longer. So we use dream feeds, timed feeds, on our schedule to pick them up and feed them, to put calories into their stomach so that we can be confident the next time they wake up, we can respond without feeding. It's a tool, a part of a larger methodology to help your little one learn how to sleep through the night after 4 months of age. Very different than that newborn stage of trying to sync up your longest stretch of sleep with yours. What the dream feed will not do is help you get a longer stretch of sleep if you were only getting 2 hours stretches, for example. When kiddos wake up frequently in the night, it's usually not because of hunger. It's usually a habit. They're looking for something to help them fall back asleep. And then we ask themselves, why are they waking up so much? The most common reason is that they're usually a little bit overtired. So they wake up so much in the night, and that perpetuates this negative feedback loop of not getting enough quality sleep. Or they stayed awake too long before bed, or they didn't nap enough. Overtiredness is kind of like, for the average person, the number one reason for night waking. So having a dream feed is not really going to change that if they're overtired, right? It's not going to be the thing that solves your problem. The other reason kids wake up in the night, and this applies for newborns and babies, is that they are uncomfortable. So they either have some sort of gas or reflux or discomfort. And you can check out, we have a number of other videos about manual techniques to help you ease that discomfort and help them, because you have to solve the root issue. But a dream feed will not be the thing that will help you get longer stretches of sleep if you're not already getting them. So to recap, A dream feed is when you pick your child up from dead asleep. They are not fussing in any way or asking to be fed, and you feed them and you put calories into their stomach on your schedule. In the newborn phase, the purpose is to help line up that first stretch of longer sleep with yours. And after 4 months, the purpose is to help you be successful and stay consistent when you respond to any night wakings when you're working on sleep teaching. If your child already has self-soothing skills and they put themselves to bed completely awake without feeding, at that stage, then maybe the dream feed might be able to help you manipulate the time of the feed if they're down to 1 feed and 1 night waking already. If you're looking for more help, we have all of this laid out in our Amazon best-selling book, The Helping Babies Sleep Method. I'll put the link down here. We also have a really simple sleep quiz that you can take, 6 questions to help you get sleep on track and figure out why your night wakings are continued, and the link is below. But don't forget to hit subscribe to never miss another baby sleep tip.